Will Elon change his stance on the $7,500 federal tax credit? We've got a new post here from Fred, which is kind of interesting here. So let's read it to you. Quote, considering Tesla missed its own guidance and talking about delivery production for quarter 4 and sales, and because Wall Street wanted, or they were predicting 507,000 and Tesla did 495,000. Quote, if you believe that it wasn't just a Tesla pump, it really believed it could deliver more than just a few months ago, I think we might see a reversal on Elon's side regarding the EV tax credit. Quote, he's already too deep for a full reversal, but I wouldn't be shocked if he lobbies Trump for at least a phase-out period to give Tesla some wiggle room until it ramps up production of its new cheaper models. Quote, subsidies for me and not for thee. And so this could make sense. And I really don't think the $7,500 federal tax rate and like axing it on January 20th when Trump gets his is like on Trump's like first priority type of list. But maybe it is. But at the end of the day, maybe it could also take 100 days for Congress, for Trump to get Congress to try and pass something to limit it. But also you got to think of it, like all these manufacturers, talking like all the other OEMs, not Tesla, have invested a lot of money in factories in the US. And that's the goal of this $7,500 federal tax rate, to bring that revenue and paying jobs and production of all that stuff into the US versus China in terms of batteries and things like that. And so certainly I could see something like this, and where maybe the 7,500 goes through some of a more, not phase out, but a more stricter period where it's not as easy to do like a lease to get the 7,500, and the money from the government on the deal of a 7,500 might have more stricter rules. And so certainly it could make a lot of sense, because at the end of the day, I mean, Tesla and Elon wants that money to go to Tesla and maybe not some of the other manufacturers as well. But before we get up all hyped about this production and delivery, there's one thing that whole Mars catalog did notice. So quote, Despite producing 36,000 fewer cars than quarter 4 last year, Tesla was able to deliver 11,000 more cars in quarter 4 of 2024. So maybe this is what we're going to hear about on the next earnings call, which is January 29th, and where the story that is going to be told is that, you know, they did everything they can to sell, but they also were running into production limitations. And so that's why they couldn't actually sell as many as they could. But nonetheless, it's going to be a very interesting year regarding the 7,500. If I was to bet on it, I really don't think the 7,500 is going to go away immediately, but maybe it's on the docket. But I guess we'll start to see as we go through the year in 2025. But let me know what you think on it. When do you think he's going to try and kill it in terms of Trump is going to try and kill it on January 20th? Or do you think it's going to be later in the year through 2025?